Hello, you are with our February 2024 episode of SE News. I'm Sylvia, the founder of PropTech Bulgaria and CSEE PropTech, and on a quarterly or semi-yearly basis, we report on key construction and real estate figures in all Central and Southeast European countries. These are 10 countries, among which are Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Croatia, Hungary, Greece, Poland, Romania, Serbia, Slovakia. Today you are with our episode on Slovakia, and we report on all asset classes in Slovakia and the key parameters, indicators of construction and real estate in all asset classes in this country. We start with the investment trends. Total annual investment volumes for commercial real estate in Slovakia for 2023 are recorded at about 660 million euro. The majority of transactions involved offices, 71%, followed by retail 15% and industrial 14%. A significant portion of the activity was attributed to the merger of the office real estate portfolio of Tatra Asset Management and Tauto Real Estate. In terms of individual transactions, notable deals involved the sale of 2 Class A office buildings in Bratislava CBD by G&T Real Estate, as well as the acquisition of Trecin Industrial Park by a Czech investor. Related to the residential asset class in Slovak Republic, the trends are as follows. Analysts at Bankont Investment have recorded sales of only 197 apartments in new buildings in Bratislava in Q1 2023. According to them, the unit price of available apartments remained at 4,900 euro per square meter. At the end of Q1 2023, the supply of new built apartments in Bratislava consisted of 3,229 vacant apartments across 78 projects. Compared to the end of 2022, the total supply increased by only 20 apartments, which is the result of one of the lowest additions of new projects. Just over 200 new apartments were added to the supply during the quarter. The average price of available flats is 4,930 euro per square meter, including VAT. Compared to Q4 2022, price stagnates further with a quarter-on-quarter growth of only 0.25%. The year-on-year growth thus has decreased to 6.4%. The price stagnation is due to the low sales levels and increased number of vacant apartments as compared to the beginning of 2022. New mortgages are now being granted at 4 to 4.5% interest rates. Alongside, prices of older homes are falling, which leads many buyers to wait and see whether new build prices will also fall. All of these factors lead to the behavior of prospective buyers to wait much longer when considering buying a home. And at the peak of the construction season, there were double-digit year-on-year drops in the issuance of building permits and approvals, the Statistical Office of the Slovak Republic reports. The number of started dwellings was significantly behind even the pre-pandemic period, but the completion was higher. The pace of completion and the start of construction slowed year-on-year in up to 6 regions. In Q3 2023, housing construction recorded a significant slowdown. The numbers of started under construction and completed dwellings were lower than 2022 corresponding period. In total, 4,232 dwellings were approved in Slovakia, which is the lowest number since Q1 2022. Year-on-year, the number of completed dwellings decreased by 22%, but compared to the average during the 5 years before the pandemic, it increased by 4.6%. By the end of September 2023, over 79,000 dwellings were under construction in Slovakia, which is 2.9% less than a year ago, but compared to the pre-pandemic years, it is 6.9%. More. In total, for the 3 quarters of 2023, building authorities approved the completion of 14,021 dwellings, which is 1.2% lower year-on-year, but is almost 23% higher than the average of the corresponding periods in the 5 years before the pandemic. This is the period 2015 up to 2019. Related to the office asset class in Slovakia, 4 new office buildings were completed in Slovakia's capital throughout the year, adding a total of 111,000 square meters of leasable area to the modern office stock. The new developments include the 48,000 square meters Apollo Navy by HB Revis, 2 projects introduced by GTRE Pribinova 34 and Pribinova 40 with 70,500 square meters and 21,000 square meters respectively, and 24,500 square meters the Mill project by IMOCAP. All 4 buildings are classified as A+ class and are located in the CBD area of the city and hold either LEED or BREEAM certifications. A significant proportion of the new developments are pre-leased before completion. In terms of the ownership structure, similar to the previous quarter, approximately 4% of the office stock is state-owned. Almost 12% are buildings owned and fully occupied by the same entity, and the total stock for commercial use remains at 84%, around 1.7 million square meters of total modern office stock in Bratislava. Leasing transactions reached an area of over 45,000 square meters in the first quarter of 2023, which represents a 17% decrease compared to the previous quarter. However, in a year-on-year comparison, the volume of leased space increased by 5%. The largest portion was made up of new leases in a volume of 46% and pre-leases with a 41% share. Renegotiations represented 21% and expansions 2%. The overall vacancy rate in Bratislava increased compared to the previous quarter to 11.82%. Next we move on to the industrial asset class in Slovakia. Industrial rent rates are on the rise in Slovakia. High interest rates and inflation contributed to significant increases in rental rates in industrial and logistic properties across the country. Decreasing vacancy in a landlord oriented setting made it difficult for new tenants to find offers below the threshold of €5 per square meter per month, with an overall increase in the price of rent recorded at around 30% in year-on-year terms. Nationwide prime rental rates reached 4.5 up to €6 per square meter per month for warehouses and 4.3 up to 5.9 euro per square meter per month for logistics and distribution premises, with the Bratislava region consistently staying the most expensive area, with rent rates amounting to 5.1 up to €6 per square meter per month for warehouses and 5 to 5.9 euro per square meter per month for logistics and distribution. 3PL and automotive sectors remained key demand generators for logistics and industrial logistics spaces. So logistics and 3PL, along with the automotive industry, remained a key source of industrial logistics demand in Slovakia. Together, the sectors accounted for more than half of the total leasing activity. Most of the transactions were recorded in the western part of the country, in the Bratislava and Trnava regions. In terms of the deal types, new leases and renegotiations prevailed. The largest transactions within the leading sectors as of Q3 2023 included the 30,500 meters new lease of Meta System in CTP Trnava, the 26,600 square meters negotiations of DHL in Prologis Park Bratislava, and the 25,500 square meters expansion of BMW in Prologis Park Bratislava. In Q4 2023, notably, there was a surge in demand for for battery manufacturing this quarter, largely due to Volvo's new plant in Eastern Slovakia and Kia's factory transition to battery production. This quarter, new supply totaled to 69,300 square meters, with almost one-third situated in central Slovakia, further diversifying the geographical distribution of industrial spaces. Properties currently under construction account for 309,100 square meters spread across 19 buildings, with nearly half concentrated in western Slovakia. And we move on to the final asset class, retail. In Slovakia, Q3 revealed that challenges in filling small and to medium-sized retail units persist across Slovakia, not just in Bratislava. On the other hand, larger spaces, particularly for fashion and discount stores, are in demand, but location availability remains an issue. However, the quarter saw the opening of 2 new retail parks: Spectrum Retail Park in Rimavska Sobota, 6,000 square meters, and OC Klokan in Chorvatsky Grob with 3,700 square meters. Currently, 44,500 square meters of retail area is under construction, mainly in the form of retail parks. In addition, another 46,700 square meters is planned for completion by the end of 2024, all of which are retail parks, confirming their dominant position when we talk about future retail developments. As consumer sentiment improves, many shopping centers and retail parks reported higher revenues than 2022, although inflationary pressures remain. With an eye on geopolitical uncertainties and an inflationary environment, several tenants are waiting for year-end results to decide whether they will expand their activities and presence in Slovakia or not. With a 26,000 extension commissioned in May 2023, the total area of the Bratislava shopping center equaled 85,000 square meters, making it the largest in the country. Eurovea is now home to 320 retail outlets, including Slovakia's first two-story store of the Irish fashion chain Primark, as well as several other new players, exclusive to the shopping center. The F&B component of the scheme was moved to the new Arcade, and it is now represented by a food hall with 1,156 seats and 16 restaurants located on the promenade of the Danube. The cinema was also extended to incorporate Bratislava's first megaplex with 17 screens. And this is all so far on the 4 asset classes: residential, office, retail, and industrial logistics in Slovakia. If you want to have the full spectrum of figures and all trends for Slovakia, as well as for all CE6 Central and Southeast European countries, these are 6 countries which are key for the region: Bulgaria, Czech Republic, Hungary, Romania, Poland, and Slovakia. Then reach out, scan the QR code that you see on the screen, and go to the latest edition of our Bulgaria and SCE PropTech mapping report. We also talk a lot about PropTech, how the different PropTech solutions are distributed in all Central Southeast European countries, which are the market niches, where and what property developers, construction companies can find as PropTech solutions in our region. And of course, also check out our SE News February 2024 edition on all other countries from our region. You can find them on our YouTube channel. So that's all for now, and speak soon. Bye.